Wake up, Cleveland, because the ground is shaking in Berea and everything we thought we knew about this roster is about to be set on fire. We are standing on the edge of a season that will either define our legacy or break our hearts, and the tension is already suffocating. Forget the off-season talk because the pads are calling and jobs are on the line right now. You won't believe the whispers coming out of the facility today because this changes every single thing about our expectations. This is about pride and survival in the dog pound. Before we dive into the madness that is about to unfold on the practice field, I need you to understand something vital. We are building this tribe together, and your voice is the engine that keeps this channel screaming. We are pushing for 3,000 subscribers because the national media doesn't understand us, and they never will. They don't feel the cold winds of Lake Erie like we do, and they don't know what it means to bleed orange and brown. Smash that subscribe button right now, because we are the loudest family in the league, and I want every single one of you in this foxhole with me as we hunt for that championship glory. Now let's talk about the absolute storm brewing at OTAs. Todd Monken is officially in the building, and the intensity has shifted to a level we haven't seen in years. This isn't just about running drills anymore. This is about a fundamental shift in our identity. Monken has already seen a massive turnout from rookies and veterans, which tells you everything you need to know about the hunger in that locker room. These sessions are voluntary, but the guys know that if you aren't there, you are already falling behind. The pressure is mounting, and the air in Berea is thick with anticipation because position battles are starting way earlier than anyone expected. We are seeing a first-year head coach who isn't interested in playing favorites or looking at past resumes. He wants winners. He wants grit. He wants players who will sacrifice everything for the person standing next to them. It is a beautiful and terrifying sight to witness because it means nobody is safe. Not the legends. Not the high-priced stars. Not the young guns. We are watching the evolution of the Cleveland Browns in real time, and it starts with the sweat and the grind of these early practices. Do you feel that energy? It is the feeling of a team that is tired of being overlooked and tired of the excuses. We are fighting for our respect, and every single snap in these OTAs is a statement to the rest of the NFL that the Browns are coming for the crown, and we aren't taking any prisoners this time around. But wait, it gets even crazier when you look at the most expensive position on the field. Here is the raw truth that some of you might not want to hear, but we have to face it together. Deshaun Watson is walking into a situation that is pure high-stakes drama. We all know the stories, and we all know the price tag. $230 million is a lot of weight to carry on your shoulders, especially when you haven't been a truly elite player since 2019. Now, the official word from Jeremy Fowler is that Monken and Watson have hit it off, and their relationship is off to a great start. They are spending hours in the classroom and installing this explosive new offense. Watson looks like the veteran leader we need right now, and he is technically ahead of Shedeur Sanders in the install meetings. But let's be real for a second. This is the NFL, and loyalty only goes as far as the scoreboard. Sanders was a fifth-round pick last season, and he is still finding his footing, but the kid has a spark that you can't ignore. The Browns should and will start whichever quarterback gives us the best chance to win games, period. If Sanders touches the grass at OTAs and starts outperforming Watson, things are going to get uncomfortable very fast. Imagine the chaos if a fifth-rounder starts pushing a guy with that kind of contract. Watson hasn't played a full season since the league changed the format, and the clock is ticking. Monken wants to name a starter before the end of minicamp in June. That is a tight window and a massive amount of pressure. If Sanders catches fire and shows he can handle the heat of this new system, Watson's time in Cleveland could be over before the season even truly begins. It is a nightmare scenario for the front office, but a fascinating reality for us fans. We want the best man under center, and we don't care about the salary cap hits. We want wins, and we want them now. Is Watson truly back to his Pro Bowl form, or are we watching the final chapter of a failed experiment? The intensity is reaching a breaking point. The tension doesn't stop at the quarterback room, because the wide receiver group is looking like a literal battlefield right now. Cedric Tillman is a name we all high hopes for, but he is officially on notice. Andrew Berry went out and played chess in the draft, and he added a ton of pass-catching help that is going to make this roster cut incredibly painful. Think about the numbers for a second. Last year in Baltimore, Monken only kept 6 receivers on the depth chart. If we assume that Jerry Jeudy, KC Conception, Denzel Boston, and Isaiah Bond are locks, that only leaves 2 final spots for everyone else. That is a terrifying reality for a young player like Tillman. We have Tylan Wallace coming in, who already knows Monken's system from their time together, and he brings elite return skills to the table. Then you have Jamari Thrash and Malachi Corley, who are these different receiving archetypes that fit perfectly into the motion and the speed that Monken wants to run. They aren't just bodies, They are weapons specifically chosen to evolve this offense. And don't even get me started on the undrafted guys like Gage Larvadane and Luke Floria, who are looking like absolute steals in the making. They are hungry, and they have nothing to lose, which makes them dangerous. Tillman is facing a redemption arc or a total disaster. He has to show that he can be more than just a big body on the outside. He has to prove he can adapt to this new high-tempo style, or he will be watching from the sidelines or worse. It is a cutthroat business, and Monken isn't here to hold hands. He wants speed, he wants versatility, and he wants players who can create separation in their sleep. Every route and every catch in Berea right now is a fight for a career. Can Tillman rise to the occasion and fend off the new blood, or are we witnessing the end of his journey in Cleveland? I'm losing my mind just thinking about the talent we might have to cut. This is the deepest room we have had in a long time, but that means the heartbreak will be just as deep when the final roster is set. Seriously, the offensive line isn't escaping the drama either, and this might be the most underrated story of the entire summer. Luke Wypler was a 6th-round pick with so much promise coming out of Ohio State, but the injury bug has been his worst enemy since he got here. That open door led the Browns to drafting Parker Brailsford out of Alabama, and suddenly the center position is wide open. But here is the secret theory that is starting to gain some serious traction among insiders. Elgton Jenkins is sitting right there. He is a veteran who just played center for the Packers, and he is a 2-time Pro Bowler. While most people see him as a guard, the word is he could compete to be the starting center right here in Cleveland. If Jenkins or Brailsford get the nod, it puts Wypler in a desperate situation. We are talking about a young player who needs reps and stability, but instead he is facing a mountain of competition while trying to stay healthy. It is a brutal cycle. I'm honestly torn because I love the grit Wypler shows, but you can't ignore the pedigree of a guy like Jenkins or the potential of Brailsford. This is exactly what I mean by an explosive offseason. We are challenging every single starter and every single veteran to prove they belong in the dog pound. It is a cold and calculated approach by the front office, but it is exactly what we need to get over the hump. We can't afford any weak links on that line, especially with the uncertainty at quarterback. We need a wall, and we need a leader in the middle who can make the calls and keep the pocket clean. The battle between the young guys and the proven vet is going to be cinematic. I can almost hear the helmets clashing already. It is a beautiful kind of chaos that only true football fans can appreciate. We are watching the foundation of our season being built brick by brick, and sometimes you have to tear down the old ones to make room for something stronger. I'm telling you right now that this center battle will decide how far this offense can actually go. This is at Cleveland. This is the moment where the boys become men and the legends are born in the dirt of Berea. We are looking at a team that is finally done with the mediocrity and the excuses. We have a coach who demands perfection and a roster that is packed with enough talent to make the rest of the league shake with fear. But talent alone doesn't win rings. Heart wins rings. Discipline wins rings. The fire we see in these OTAs will be the same fire that carries us through the freezing December nights and into the postseason glory we have been dreaming about for decades. I believe in this team and I believe in this city, but I want to know exactly where you stand. I want to see your fire in the comments below right now. Are you sticking with Deshaun Watson, or is it time to let the young guns take the lead? Is Cedric Tillman going to shock the world, or is he a goner? I am reading every single comment, because your passion is what drives this community forward. We are on the road to 3,000 subscribers, and I need every one of you to join the movement. Share this video with every Browns fan you know, because we are taking over and the world needs to hear us barking. This is our year, and we aren't letting anyone take it from us without a fight. The competition is fierce and the stakes are higher than they have ever been, but that is exactly how we like it. We thrive in the struggle and we grow in the storm. Keep your eyes on the news and your heart in the game, because things are about to get even more intense as we head toward mandatory minicamp. Stay loud and stay proud, because there is no place like home and there is no crowd like ours. I will see you in the next one as we continue to track every single move of our beloved team. Dog Pound.